My name is Lizstar, and welcome back to Frost Fatales 2020. Up next is Donkey Kong Country 2 with Christmas. Let me read a donation for you. Oh, never mind. Zoe just unplugged my monitor.
I did not.
You absolutely did. Do not say you did not. Now everyone knows. All right, friends. Next up is Donkey Kong Country 2 with Christmas. Give it up.
Oh, hello.
You are live, friends.
Oh, okay. Am I starting?
If you're ready,
Give
us a countdown.
All right, let's do it. All right, countdown in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Yeah, let's go. I'm excited for this because, okay, so I have known Christmas for 9 or 8 years or something like that, and I remember a long time ago knowing that you speedrun DKC2 and just me thinking that was the coolest thing ever because speedrunning was so beyond me at that time.
Right.
I'm really excited to be watching this and commentating, honestly.
Oh my god, there's just too much pressure.
Yeah, Christmas.
No.
Chris was probably the first one I watched too.
We are here to support our friend. So in DKC2, any percent, what you're going to be seeing a lot in the first two worlds is a lot of warping. And the any percent signifier means that you are going to see some things like that right there, where she just spawned a warp barrel that shot her out of the level by glitching some of the item IDs in the game. And a lot of that happens with beetle collisions. So that saves a couple of seconds over using the developer intended warp, which every level in the first two worlds has one. A warp barrel that will send you to an exclamation mark room, which then transports you to the end of the level. She just skipped that entirely by glitching a warp barrel. So yeah, this is a kind of par for the course of the first two worlds. It's just a lot of warping to the end because it says any percent, so we're doing it as fast as we can, and that is faster than playing the levels, obviously.
Yeah, and you'll see some wonky wrong warps later too, as well as using that weird ID loading with a beetle clash.
Yeah, unfortunately, I just missed top sale. But it's not a big deal. It's a pretty short time loss.
Yeah, I think that one only saves a couple seconds as well because the intended barrel is at the start of the level anyway.
Yeah. All right, how many fakes does everybody think? Yeah?
2.
I'm gonna get 0.
Oh,
Come on, Crow, you can do this.
Somebody please post Void Crow in chat. My sub ran out, so I can't. I drew that emote and I can't even post it.
Oh goodness.
2.
I guessed correctly. Heck
Yeah.
Shoutouts to the Crow posters in chat.
Yeah, so if a lot of people see this fight, what speedrunners will do, will just hop onto Crow's nest up there and flutter a little bit down with Dixie instead of waiting for Crow to throw the eggs and for us to jump on them. And it's a lot faster doing that versus, like I said, just waiting down at the bottom.
So, what she just did in the first level there was another collision ID mess up. By mess up, I mean the game is messing up, not her. And that turned the warp barrel into just eject you from the level because it doesn't have an exception handler barrel. Which, incidentally, I think is the reason that any percent is run on 1.1, because I think that those wrong warps don't work in the 1.0 release of this game.
That's correct.
Yeah, that's interesting.
If you play on the 1.0 version, if you try to do the same thing, you'll wind up in the barrel, but it'll be on an infinite loop and you won't actually exit the stage.
As a programmer, that sounds like a lot of fun.
There's some other stages, right? If you screw up the wrong warp, like you'll just be in that infinite loop or something.
Yeah, it could happen in some other stages. Like if you throw in the wrong direction, you'll end up just spinning eternally. Well, I mean, in most of those cases, you'll wind up exiting the stage eventually, but it'll be like within like a minute or two.
Oh God, yeah, it's gonna take a lot longer.
Yeah.
So if you never knew about these warp barrels as a kid, well, now you're learning the locations of most of them.
I think I stumbled upon one accidentally when I used to casually play through the game. It's like, what?
That happened to me the most in DKC3. I was like, what does W mean? So with this dude, you can hit cannonballs at him like as fast as you possibly can, because Dixie's trajectory is pretty sick. What's going to be happening here is Lava Fly, where normally you would have to wait for him to resurface above the ground to make your way over here, but Chris just did she just did a very precise jump that got her across the entire chasm without having to wait for the hooks to spawn. So that's like kind of how you speed up this boss fight.
And I got Flying Diddy for the fans.
Heck yeah.
Just like that, we're out of World 2.
Sweet. Now, getting out of World 2 means that there are no more developer-intended warp barrels. However, that does not mean there are no more wrong warps. So this is where we see the second of our animal buddies, I believe. This is the second one to appear. Rambi. People either love or hate Rambi. It's a hot topic of political discourse in the DK community.
I'm definitely about Heck Rambi.
You're either Team Rambi or Team Heck Rambi. So Chris tossing Dixie into the barrel there actually stored like a jump, which she's going to use here by damage boosting off of the cloak. And what that lets happen is Dixie just shot way up super high in the air. Like normally when you damage boost off an enemy, your other Kong jumps, but they don't jump that high. The reason that Dixie went all the way up there and was able to float across the chasm instead of using the slow barrel is because she stored a jump by throwing her into the shooting barrel. So this game like has a lot of neat little things like that these interesting technical tricks that end up saving you a ton of time. Just as a warning for anybody who may be photosensitive, you may want to look away from this level because changing directions can cause like a flash across the screen.
Yeah.
It's only lasts like a couple of minutes, so if that's an issue for anybody watching, feel free to check back in a couple minutes when she's out on this level. I don't believe there are any other levels like this.
No. Yeah.
So like this water level, it looks like a water level, but it's actually the optimizations that you have in here are actually quite interesting. In terms of like the water physics in this level are kind of cool because the speed that you gain from swimming is quite sensitive to your not only your button press but like what you're colliding with. So if you like just barely touch a corner of a box, like it slows you down by a ton. So there's a lot of corners in the level that you want to just try to avoid as much as you can. And then at the end there, when she did the Kong swap, that actually shot Diddy like up super far because she was moving really fast underwater. You're gonna see that again in another level coming up soon. Not this one, but forget the name of it. There's another like I'll tell you when we get there. I don't know any of the I learned half of the speedrun. I don't know any of the level names.
Oh goodness, yeah, this level is pretty scary with all the platforming that you have to do.
worst trick of the game.
Oh yeah. This is one more too. So this is another one that it's not developer intended. Oop. That's alright.
Yeah, so what Chris is gonna do here is she is going to throw Dixie on the ground and a whole bunch of weird stuff happens with the IDs here, and then she jumps into that up barrel, which doesn't have an exception for IDs getting shifted around, and just ejects her from the level.
Like that, yep. But if you do that wrong warp and you try to go back, you can't start and select out of it. Like, you have to actually complete the level.
I don't know the full explanation about what happens. I know that it has to do with item IDs being handled in an unexpected way, and just leading to getting ejected from the level when you activate a barrel that's in that state. I don't really know the ins and outs of how that works, but I'm sure there are lots of explanations for that and interesting ways to work with them on dkcspeedruns.com, which is a website you should go to if you're interested in speedrunning anything in this series.
Yeah, there's a lot of tutorials and a lot of information about the glitches and tricks that you can do in the game.
This level is probably a good time for donations if we have any.
Sure thing. We have $25 from Sturdy Wrists with no comment. But thank you so much. And we have another $10 from Anonymous. Thank you so much.
Sweet, right on time. Aha, this is the level I was talking about. This level is really cool. So you see like that party swap in the water that just shot Diddy way, way far ahead. If you damage boost in this level and just fly all the way up. That is so cool. I love learning this level because like of just the stuff that happens in here. So Chris is doing another beetle collision, and she's going to throw the invisible beetle midair and jump into the warp barrel, which of course is another unhandled exception, and it ejects her from the level, and marks it as completed. And this is the first of the Bramble levels, and there are some pretty cool things you can do in here to save time, like quick shots, which is where you actually have a very short frame window to shoot your barrel as soon as you land in it, and that will save you from having to wait for it to turn a whole bunch of directions. It's like the level, if you're just watching this for the first time, you're not like all that familiar with the speedrun of the game. It looks a lot easier than it actually is. Like what Chris is doing here is actually like it's really precise and technical.
Yeah.
Yeah, each barrel is a 3-frame window. It's not terrible, but kind of tricky sometimes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I missed Vine Clip, but that's not a big deal. There's some nice, easy backups for that.
Yeah, for sure.
60 frames a second.
Yes.
I know all about 3-frame windows and 60 FPS games. So, where she's positioning herself with respect to the boss here makes it so that as soon as she releases the Y button holding the barrel, it will hit him, which is just like a nice way to save as much time as you can in this fight.
Yeah, Cudgel's pretty boring. It's like really nothing going on.
Yeah, that's like the most interesting thing about this fight, honestly.
Right, yeah, it's just like the way you wait for when he's gonna fall and to like walk forward and release the barrel. You just have to watch like how Dixie breathes, and then like that's pretty much it.
Usually just try to pass the time by like doing weird things. Like, you know. I don't know why I just lost the cycle count at the end there. I wasn't risking it. It's like, what cycle am I on?
Oh, goodness.
nice World 3.
Thanks. Moving on.
I love World 4. World 4 is so cool. It's got like a really interesting variety of levels. Like, you have your bee level, your beehive levels, which like the honey mechanic is kind of interesting. It gets you stuck on the ground, but also helps you climb walls. So Chris is going to be going for the scroll glitch here, or soon anyway. Which does some strange things with the camera. The camera is actually pushing her to the right, and she has to be like careful not to collide with anything on the ground because it actually stops the scroll, and the scroll is very fast. So you don't want to collide with an enemy until the very end there when you want to jump up to where she is now. But that means that there's like a whole bunch of enemies on the ground that you have to dodge while you're moving like extremely fast. It's this is a really difficult level to learn and a really fun one also.
Yeah, honey jumps are quite tricky. And I used to play this game on an LCD when I first started.
Oh gosh!
I played on an LCD for how many years? Like 3 years. Doing honey jumps on an LCD are not optimal for sure. And when I switched to CRT, it was like night and day.
Oh, goodness. But it took a while to get used to that, huh? Yeah.
Another interesting thing about honey is that you do not stick in the honey if you are walking around the team attack formation. So that's like why in that level you're walking with Dixie on your back, because that makes you not actually get stuck in the honey. It's just treated like a regular surface.
So yeah, auto-scroller.
Yeah. Basically an auto-scroller.
There's like very minimal things you can speed up this thing. I mean, it's mostly just like doing really early jumps and like skipping a couple of the enemies. But that's really about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, concept for this level is pretty simple. Hit the check mark to advance, hit the X button to lose the Kong.
Say no to swag, kids.
That would be me.
Do you think those are the screams of the Kremlings missing their jumps?
Oh my goodness, I never even thought of it that way.
I think Kremlings usually have deeper voices than that, so I don't know. It's a jury's out on that one.
Maybe it's
They all died. All the ones with higher voices died there.
And there is another awesome run warp there caused by another beetle, invisible beetle collision. That was like really cool that she did the collision like with vines having an invincibility barrel. That one is like decently hard to set up, but like go and look at the DKC wiki and try it. You'll be surprised at what you can do.
Yeah, the wiki's got a lot of great information on it. I mean, if you ever think about actually picking up any donkey game, it's like a pretty good choice because there's just so much information and so many tutorials, and it's just like a huge knowledge base from like, I don't even know, since like 2013 or something.
Yeah. So on this stage is basically like another auto-scroller, but the reason why she's going so fast, if you saw in the beginning, she went backwards instead of forward, and it was basically just like this giant speed boost barrel. So now all she has to do is be careful and when she jumps or hitting the little guys on the roller coasters.
Yeah, this level can be a little bit nerve-wracking because of how fast you're going. Like, it's really easy to just blink for a second, just fall down. But that's not happening here. That was the previous run of this marathon, not this one. This is fun fact. This is the level where I stopped learning the speedrun because, like, I didn't give up. It was just complicated, and I just never got around to like finishing learning this level because I was like, oh, this is really hard. Oh, I have to go meet up with my mom right now, and then I forgot to play this game ever again.
This is a really hard speedrun, though.
Yeah, Christmas is making this look easy.
Right.
This is definitely like one of the harder levels in this game, like in the speedrun, especially like for learning. There is a wrong warp at the end here though, because we are going to see 3 beetles walking around, and so when you see beetles, there's probably some silly business happening.
This is all pretty scary.
Yeah, that warp is terrifying to do because, like, not only do you have to, like, just stand barely on the corner of the ledge that the cannon is on to make sure that you don't drop the ball into the cannon, like, where it, like, automatically sucks you in with its collision detection, but then you have to do, like, all that stuff with tossing it around with the beetles. Like, it's a hard trick.
Yeah, and if you get the cannon in the cannonball, or the cannonball in the cannon, excuse me, you end up just triggering the bonus instead of the warp. That was very nice.
And we are back in Ramby mode. This is where all the DKC runners in the chat are going to start fighting.
Go, Ramby. Ramby, go!
Come on, Ramby, what are you doing?
All right, we're having some technical difficulties with our boy Ramby.
Hashtag heck Ramby.
Agreed.
So what you see in DKC2 is like they gave some of the animal buddies like their own charged powers, and that's what Chris was trying to do with Ramby there, which he was struggling a bit, stupid Ramby. So you hold down the B button, it is, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And so after a few, like you see him kicking his feet, then after a few little kicks, and he'll start doing his supercharged run.
Now here's an animal buddy that I don't think I've ever seen anybody have any kind of distaste for. Squawks is just like, Squawks is a bro. Like, that guy's got your back.
Oh.
Squawks though, not Quawks, because Quawks isn't the greatest.
No, he's awful. Don't ever, no.
Especially that midpoint parry, right?
Oh my god, no. No. I keep wanting to reach over to split, but it's every time I finish reaching over the keyboard.
Yeah, I was doing that a lot with any percent. I was like, wait, I'm not doing a run. I have my splits open.
That was a sick World 4, I gotta say. That was really good.
Yeah, that was pretty nice.
Oh well. It didn't go so well. That was a silly death. It's like kind of an easy place to die, like, but it's what happens when you over anticipate the jump.
Yeah, rolling off the ledges and stuff.
It's like a tricky ledge in particular. It's just because like it's deceptive where the ledge actually ends and stuff.
Right. Yeah, so nothing super crazy going on this stage either. It's just all of the wild platforming while hoping you don't fall off any ledges. You'll see like these ropes, which are intended in the stage, as they blink, they disappear, and then they come back.
Yeah, World 5 is like super nerve-wracking, but the music is just like so nice. It's so... It bothers me, like, how difficult these levels are and just how calming the music is.
Yeah, it's stressful. It's like they're trying to keep it balanced, but they failed at it.
So if we have more donations, this is probably a good time for them because this is another cart rail level.
Sure thing. We have $25 from Boring Hexy that says, I can't think of anything to say, so hi.
Hi.
Hello.
And I also wanted to let you all know that we have incentives open. We're raising money for Malala Fund, and all your donations go towards that, and also could go towards incentives where we make our runners play awesome things. Like the next big one is the Chocobo Racing's Final Fantasy VIII circuit. A follow-up to our Final Fantasy VIII run earlier, I suppose. So if you are interested in that, go ahead and get your donations in. We're currently $500 away.
Heck
And
yeah.
we are also getting very close to unlocking the Super Metroid run, which is open at, is it 43 or 44,000? It's 44,000. Thank you, Zoe.
Shout outs to Zoe. Big fan.
Pidge says she's a big fan of you. She says she's a big fan of you as well, Pidge.
Heck yeah.
And sneaking in here with one more, $5 from Anonymous with no comment. Thank you, friend.
I don't think there are any more cart levels in this game after this one, but it's pretty cool how you like get the timer as close to out as possible going through the next door. That's a nice little touch.
Yeah. So like when that timer hits 0, you just end up with one of the Kongs, and then you get a little bit of time back, but it's not really ideal.
Yeah.
And this stage is really cool to see, and it's just really fun to play as well. So you're gonna see the wind. It's gonna be either pushing you forward or pushing you back on the stage, and so we definitely use that to our advantage. Just gotta be a little careful sometimes, especially with the enemies coming on by.
Yeah, this level can be like super disorienting at first, but it's a really kind of cool level to watch, just to see like how the runner works with and against the wind.
Yeah.
Ooh, that throw.
Yeah, the throw is a setup so that you can goal swap at the end.
Oh yeah, we never talked about goal swapping. Goal swapping is like, it's pretty much like you switch your character, you switch your character on the target, and what that does is it activates the end of the level target as like at the same time you're swapping your characters, because you might need to start with one or the other on the next level, so it just saves you from having to swap and then jump.
Yeah, so in this level here we're going to be using Dixie mainly. This level I feel is really, really scary and hard.
Oh yeah, this level is terrifying, and it is just like awesome to watch a speedrunner do this who like knows this level inside and out. Yeah, because like you're skipping past Quacks entirely, where normally you're intended to jump onto the parrot and have him guide you your way down, but instead Chris is like damage boosting through the bees because she knows exactly where to fall and how many iframes she has. So that was really, really sick.
Yeah, that was, oh my goodness.
I got bit on like the most unexpected enemy. Well, I mean, he is deceptive, but it's like wouldn't expect to get hit.
Yeah.
It almost like looked like it was on purpose because it was right next to a DK barrel.
So on this stage, we're gonna be using our good friend Squitter the Spider. Webwoods is also another really difficult place to execute. But you'll be seeing some nice little damage boosts with some bees and just platforming.
This is like one of the most, if you're like on pace to PB, this is probably like the most terrifying level to be in, because there are just so many things that can go wrong in this level.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Like, look at this platforming. This is just like amazing.
I died in like the dumbest spots.
Yeah, like just things like that. Things like that can just happen. Like when you're playing as Squitter, who like he moves pretty fast, and he is shooting out platforms like for himself to land on. He's activating them like right under his own feet. Like this is a terrifying level. It's
really
like
scary.
this is a really, really difficult level to get through, and it's just like really, really impressive to watch it. This is like that level I died on in Mario Land 2. There's just no floor.
Yeah, so you gotta be pretty careful and know when to like let out the platforms and let it open and where to jump and all that stuff.
Well, the good news is we didn't suffer from the webwood, which is a very common thing to happen because I think out of all the most stages in the game, webwoods is purely momentum based, and if you like break that, you die in like the later half. Like forget it. It's like very hard to recover and do the same thing.
Right.
So
you did good though.
Be able to get past it.
Yeah.
And now our boy Crow is back.
Wow, giving me the good spawns.
Yeah, that's a good point from chat. Why does the spider make a honking sound? Even Squitter is getting out of control with the Untitled Goose Game memes.
No.
Uh-oh.
Well, we'll be all right. We're just gonna go an extra cycle.
there are worse things that can happen in this fight.
Yeah, there are.
Oh my gosh, I didn't realize how fast this guy goes. What the heck?
Yep. Just supercharging at you.
Alright, moving on.
I was thinking you were gonna do the trick for some reason.
No, I can't. I couldn't do it in that particular.
Oh, okay.
I actually would have absolutely done left glitch, but yeah.
There's a trick that you can do with Crow too. Like if you only have a one of the Kongs, and if you get hurt by one of the mini crows that swoop by, but you kill the ghost of Crow, you'll end up still winning the fight, and it's just really fun to see and really fun to see people thinking that you died.
We don't see a whole lot of Vanguard in this run. But yeah, he's also got his charging move where he just like does a really fast forward stab. He's like Rambi except underwater, and I think people in the DKC community don't dislike him quite as much.
Yeah, Eduardo was way better. Nice, that was clean.
That was cool.
Yeah, it's kind of like I don't know. It's pretty difficult to pull it off. Like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, this level I admittedly don't know all that well, but I know that like what I just saw you do was like awesome.
I'd say Windy Well is like definitely. I mean, all of World 6 is really hard in general.
Yeah.
A lot of high execution, but all the stages have a lot of like little things to them that like really add up in terms of time, and Windy Well is no exception.
So in Windy Well, are you like are you using the jump up like from a damage boost to get to like a different section of the level that like you're not intended to go to yet? Is that kind of like what's happening? You're activating the wind sooner?
Yeah, in that midsection, yeah, you take a deep boost and you're like skipping like one part of the level.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what it looked like, but I wasn't like entirely sure. That's really neat.
Yeah, so you just avoid a bunch of like platforming that you don't have to do by taking some damage boosts and getting the Kongs up to the next part where the wind is just gonna like automatically start pushing them up and stuff.
right, well, I'll pray that I don't soft lock here.
Oh goodness. Yeah, so here's another one that's coming up.
Okay, well, I didn't get it, but I did soft lock.
Alright, yeah, that's the most important thing. So there was like an old method to do this wrong warp, and this is the most recent one. But
So yeah, I missed it, so gonna go back to Arctic and grab another Kong, try it again.
yeah.
This skip was found like within the last year or so. Like it was something recent, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, like,
It was found, I think about a year. Yeah, that sounds about right.
I remember there was like there was arguments about whether or not it should be allowed in warpless because it was thought at the time that this wasn't technically, it wasn't warping you, it was warping the save point.
Yeah, that was the old warp. That was called like the goal summon, and yeah, that was like the.
Oh, hey, nice. Yeah, the old one was like the goal summon, and now it's just like. I think it's not allowed now, but it doesn't matter because we're not right in that category. It's just like, it's just Rambi soaring into the heavens.
Yeah, that was a long sort out after. I mean, you know, the goal summon in Castle Crush was like definitely a time saver for sure, but people were always wondering if there was a better way to warp out of Castle Crush, and people tried for a really long time.
Right.
But I think it came mostly to fruition because of the Cutlass warps, like in Crockhead.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it uses like that same type of logic with the Cutlass. It's like chasing after something that's not there, type of thing. It's yeah, it's weird stuff.
Yeah, the stage is another nice little wrong warp that you can do. Chain link chambers. This is a very long stage. Like all of the entirety of this world, like wherever you do these wrong warps, they're just really long. Like how long is Castle Crush?
It's like 3 minutes or something.
3 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, that wrong warp was super cool, where you just like transport the cannon towards you. Like,
Yeah.
I swear, like we explained like the wrong warps at the start of this run. Like, oh, you just throw a barrel there, and it's like, oh, now you're warping a cannon. Like the wrong warps just get weirder and weirder as the game goes on. That's like one of my favorite things about watching this speedrun.
It's like at first it was like a bonus barrel, and then it's the cannon, and it's like what? It makes sense. So you're gonna be seeing like these extended hops, or saw the extended hops with the rattlesnake, and with Rattly you can store these jumps called double jumps. And so like you'll end up getting like an extra hop after already jumping once, and I believe there's 2 sets of double jumps, aren't there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You do oh man, I'm blanking out right now.
That's okay.
I'm all thrown off.
It's all good. This is also like one of the hardest levels in the game. There's just like there are so many things that you have to be good at like in this level because it's like it's an animal buddy party.
Yeah, so you have to execute the stage with Rattly, Squawks, and Squitter at the end. Although the Squitter isn't too tough, but it's more definitely a Rattly and Squawks.
Yeah, the Squawks part, like, Squawks is, like, he's pretty nimble and, like, maneuverable, but, like, when there are bees everywhere in tight spaces, Squawks goes pretty fast, and, it can be, like, really tough to get into all the tight spaces he has to get into.
Mm-hmm.
And we reached Donkey. Game over. Woo!
Woo! This is probably a good time for 1 or 2 donations if we have them. This is just like a minor cutscene.
Sure thing. We have $5 from J. Klein, or G. Klein. This donation is for all the unhandled exceptions. Interestingly, the CPU in the SNES had instructions to ease development of multitasking operating systems, but who has time for error checking? Gotta go. Segmentation fault.
Story of my life.
So on this stage, Screech is sprint. Oh, go ahead, Paige.
Oh, you go ahead. You know more about this than I do.
So at the beginning of the race, you can skip a little, not necessarily fanfare, but it's the start of the race where when you trigger that cutscene, it'll bring down the the green light to go with the race. But if you just fly over the bird like that, like you just completely avoid that. You avoid having to like forcefully race the bird too and thinking like you're low on time or something. So it was very nice. You just gotta be careful, and you can cut through some of the corners where the vines are. So like again, it's just like big shortcuts and hitting the bees. It was very clean.
Time for Carol.
Yeah.
Yo, nice Screech's sprint. That was sick.
Thank you.
So here we are, final boss.
Yeah. It's actually fighting Carol now.
I think some runners like to call this boss fight like a glorified cutscene.
Yep, that's the Twig quote. Shout outs to Twig.
Shout outs to Twig. So even though it's the final boss fight, like if we have any more donations, this might also be like a good couple minutes for them.
Sure thing. We have $25 from Mildane with no comment. Thank you, friend. And $50 from Burkant. Great job at GDQ. I love this game.
I love this game too.
Yeah, so good. Stressful, but good.
I don't run the game myself, but for whatever reason, like all the DKC speedrunners and all the SMRPG speedrunners are just like best friends.
That's great.
Blame Claude for that one.
Yeah, I don't know, what is there to say about K-Roll?
There's nothing really to say.
So, there are like,
jerk.
minor time saves you can do by doing, I just got one. It's called a dustless, and it's when you throw the cannon in at the precise moment that he starts, sucking in, and it saves, minor time, but... And I decided to do some Blue Ditty for the fan, because why not? I know someone donated for it, I'm sure.
As long as they don't donate for Donkey on Guard.
I always donate for Donkey on Guard. I'm the worst.
Although K-Rool goes from being like a monarch to a pirate to a scientist, like dude's gotta...
See, my favorite thing about 3 is like whenever you beat Krematoa again and like the curtains open, like in the English version he's like, oh no, my wife will be furious like if she finds out I'm harassing the Kongs again. It's like, when did you get married? So K-Rool's definitely an interesting character.
He's very multi-talented. I'll say that much. He's a true Renaissance man. Yeah,
that's what I was gonna say. That I was gonna say Renaissance man. All right, and time. Yeah, as soon as Wayne, it's time. Okay.
Is that it? Heck yeah!
Nice run.
Yo, nice run. That was like a 43, 30 something.
Was it?
Yeah.
43-37, yeah.
Oh, okay, good. I'm glad I was underestimate.
Yeah, good stuff.
I was like super nervous. I realized, man, the estimate is 45. I'm like, I really should have put it at 50. Just in case some sort of infinite happened. Yeah, that's DQC2. Any percent. There's like I said, there's a wiki for it. It's great, and Discord. A lot of people are willing to help you learn the game if you're interested. Yeah, I don't know.
That was an awesome run. Thanks for having me on commentary.
Yeah, no, guys, thank you for being my commentary. I can't do comment.
Like it's tough with this game. It's okay.
It's so impossible. I can't focus and some people are really good at that, like talking, like just not one of them. So what game is it?
Next up is Pokemon Crystal with my good friends Zoe, Dijon, and Leggy. Don't go anywhere, friends. This is indeed my last hosting shift, and you will probably not see or hear me again unless something has gone terribly, terribly wrong. So thank you so much for having me this Frame Fatales, and we're going to throw it to a Malala Fund ad, and we'll be right back.
All right. Well,
GG again.
yeah. Thank.
talking? Am I talking live? Yes? Or no? Well, welcome on in, everybody. How are you? How are you on this lovely Friday? My name is Air Angel. I'm so excited to present this upcoming amazingness. Is going to be the Pokemon Crystal Randomizer Co-op Blackout Bingo. The game was originally released on Game Boy Color. I really can't wait to watch this. I've played so many hours on this game, and I've never seen this bingo before, so it's going to be a real treat. For donations to start off the evening, right now we have $25 from Anonymous, no comment. Thank you so much. And anybody out there in chat, or anyone who is listening, what is or who is your favorite Pokemon? Let me know. Throw it in the donations, and we can read them out for you. Those of you who didn't know, the Yeti is donating $5 per Frost Fatale shirt sold to the Malala Fund. You can find these shirts at theyeti.com. Or if you do !Yeti in chat, it will give you the link right there as well. And make sure to get those donations in tonight. Our next big goal is $44,000 to hit our Super Metroid bonus game. Get those donations in. Tell me what your favorite Pokemon is. have a $10 donation from Anonymous. Anonymous, thank you so much. We really appreciate that. Those of you who didn't know, this whole charity is for Malala Fund, which is working for a world where every girl can learn and lead. With more than 130 million girls out of school today, they're breaking down barriers that holds back girls through investing in local education activities, advocating to hold leaders accountable, and amplifying girls' voices. Introduce them. Right, so with one more ad, there's another $10 donation from Anonymous. Thank you so much. And